everything kind of flipped completely. The world turned over.
These are incredible.
Say the clarity and the color on them are fantastic. There's Joyce, myself, and my baby brother Steve.
Tell me about Joyce. What kind of a sister was she to you, and what kind of a young woman was she?
Well, Joyce, a very wholesome lady. We had lots of kids around here because it was coming out of World War II, so there was a big population of children. Joyce got along with everyone and had lots of close friends out here. My name is Bruce LePage, and Joyce LePage was my next older sister. Now here, this is kind of a cute picture.
What memory or thought comes to mind when you think about your sister?
Just playing together and working together. 54 years now that she's been gone, and of course that's a lifetime.
This is book 1 of 3, so these are early on. Whoa. Washington State University reports. My name is Brett Myers. I'm the sheriff of Whitman County, and I am currently the lead investigator on the unsolved murder of Joyce LePage. And in the summer of 1971, she is attending summer school, and she lives in Pullman, up on campus, and she goes missing. Her apartment is undisturbed. There's no indication that she packed and went anywhere. It's now been 10 days, no one's heard from her. They don't have a real crime scene of any kind. They don't have anyone that witnessed her being abducted. They don't have anyone that says, oh, we saw her in a fight with this person the night before. None of those things. And so what we just kind of almost have is a situation where she goes missing, falls off the face of the earth. There's a dormitory living area, Stevens Hall, that has experienced some vandalism. It's also being renovated, but there's a piece of carpet that is missing.
This is the building, Stevens Hall, where Joyce supposedly was murdered. It just brings back the memories of Joyce.
This is Stevens Hall. It was closed back when Joyce was a student here. Often she would sneak in, sometimes to play the piano, sometimes to study, maybe just have an evening for herself. It's also where detectives believe she was last seen alive.
They find her belongings there. So that's another interesting thing, like why is this missing young woman's belongings here, and why do we have a piece of missing carpet? Those two things don't really make complete sense. In April of 1973, her body is discovered in Wawawai Canyon, about 10 to 12 miles outside of Pullman, down in a ravine where there's a seasonal creek bed. So originally what they found was a human skull and some bones, and then when investigators got down there and they looked a little further, they were able to find still part of her skeletal remains wrapped inside 2 blankets, and then on the outside of that was the piece of missing carpet from Washington State University's Stevens Hall.
How did she die? Do we have that answer?
I really don't think we do. This is somewhat of a crime of passion. You would anticipate or expect there to be some sort of scene of struggle somewhere, and there wasn't.
Whoever would do that took the time to go ahead and wrap her up and take her about 10 or 12 miles away from the campus into an area that you would pretty well have to know where you were at.
We really want to solve this case, but I think as it stands right now, looking at it, there was one person who stood out. I think that person potentially has at least information, and we've reached out to that person. They don't really have any interest in cooperating with us at this point.
So you got to keep hope up, and maybe a miracle will happen. This is a swing bench that I had built for my sister. I wanted to do something in her honor, and I wanted it to be down here by the river. Joyce was intending to come to the waterfallies races the weekend she disappeared. This is a little memorial to that. We all know she's in a great place right now, so. In loving memory of Joyce LePage, a beautiful soul taken too soon,